Cory, what's going on, man? How are you today, man?
What's going on? How you, man?
Good, good.
All right.
So we know each other. We know each other well, right?
Yes, we do.
Yeah, we're not gonna pretend we don't know each other. We know each other. Maybe 20 years.
Yeah.
Mutual acquaintance, being your cousin,
Yeah.
my best friend.
Yep.
So hey, man. So you're from Jamaica, Queens.
Yeah,
right?
I am. Yeah.
Born and raised.
Born and raised. Yeah.
Okay. So I understand in your, I think it was your teens, your late teens.
Mm-hmm.
You and we never really spoke about this, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
We speak about it now, but when we were growing up, it was a taboo subject.
Yeah, right.
That we didn't
Yeah.
speak about, and now we speak about it. But you sold some drugs when you were a young man.
Mm-hmm.
And what age did you start?
I say around like 19, 20. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, do you know how you started? What made you want to do it, and what was the gateway into it?
Let me see. What made me want to do it was I didn't see no other outlet at the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I didn't see no other outlet. I had just lost my mom's when I was 17.
Okay.
So, you know, that unconditional love was like out the window. So I didn't really have nobody guiding me in the right way.
Mm-hmm.
So my friends I used to hang out with, we used to be at this barbershop in Queens. And it was a lot of drug dealing guys around at that time. And just wanted to, you know, just make money. You know, people was around. It was a lot of people around making money. You know what I'm saying? Even my friend that was working at the barber, he was making money. So I didn't want to be the only one around, you know, not making money or having money to do things when it was time to do things. So that's what kind of got me in the game.
And you, it wasn't your product, you were selling someone else?
Nah, I had someone else's product in the beginning, yeah.
And is that how it works? Like, you can't just bring your product out on the block?
I mean, you can if you was raised in them areas, I guess. That can happen, but most times, no. Yeah, somebody has to really, like, put you in the
And
game.
this is Guy Brewer, right?
Guy Brewer, yeah, in 107.
Across from 40 Projects?
Yeah, about like two blocks away from 40 Projects, yeah.
And that was pretty much the only spot you ever sold at?
Nah, I sold on 107 Guy Brewer. I sold on Sufton in 116. I sold on Sufton in Ferndale. I sold on Rockaway and 134th. Many places, yeah, a lot of places. I sold places that I wasn't even hustling at, but you know, if somebody, you know, either knew me or was asking and I had it, it was getting sold in that area too. You know what I mean?
And it wasn't like a day-to-day thing. It was like you know, you'd be here for a month, there for a month, there for 6 months.
Nah, it was a day-to-day thing. Like, nah, I was staying, like, on 107 Guy Brew, I have probably the most time there as doing it. But, yeah, it was long periods of times, you know what I'm saying? But certain spots wasn't. Like you said, yeah, certain spots wasn't. Some spots would have been, like, a month, maybe I'd do it, and I'd go back to another spot or something like that. But, yeah, but the majority of my time was on Guy Brew and 107, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Now, were all 4 or 5 of these spots, were they, like, quote unquote owned by the same person?
No, it was different things going on at every spot. When I was on 107 Guy Brewer, I was messing with an older guy, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I ain't gonna say his name, but yeah, I was messing with this older guy. But when I was on like something in Ferndale, I was with a younger dude. You know, he was younger and he was getting busy over there, so you know what I'm saying? He kind of put me in there. But the other spots like Sufton and Rockaway, that was really on my own. I was doing my own thing then.
That was your product?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So at the other spots, it was the person who ran the spot, it was their product. So every time you moved, it was a different person.
Yeah. You could say that, yeah.
Okay. Was it pretty smooth? You know.
I mean, in the beginning, it was smooth, but not smooth, cause it was like block politics type thing. Like, you know, if you're I was on what would be considered like the front block, you know what I mean? And then they had the back block, but I was on the front block. And the front block is not really where you want to be if you're hustling, you know what I mean? Because it brings more attention, you know what I mean? And at the time the guy I was with, he didn't care about that. He just wanted the money, you know what I'm saying?
When you say attention, that's police?
As far as police, yeah, police, people knowing who you are, because it's like an avenue, you know, people are coming and going to work, you know what I'm saying? So you see more people than if you was on a back block, you know what I mean? You wouldn't see as much people.
And is there more money on the back block?
Yeah, it is, because most people are coming through that way because they don't want to be seen either, buying. Okay. You know what I mean? So the front block was not really where you wanted to be. And I learned that quickly because that's the first time I got locked up was being on the front block.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
The first time, were there a couple of times?
Yeah, a couple of times. Yeah, a couple of times. When you're in the game, yeah, you get locked up a couple of times. Especially if you're pitching and you serving hand to hand. You know what I mean?
Now, I seem to remember back then that once you got locked up, you lost the product and you had to pay back the product even though you didn't have product to sell to get the money back. Am I remembering that right?
Well, in my cases, I mean, that has happened, but a lot of times, in my cases, I never really had to pay back if I got locked up.
I'm not talking about to the courts. I'm talking about to the person who was selling for because you lost the product.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Like, yeah, a lot of times I didn't have to. No, I didn't have to. If we lost it through the of getting locked up, that's how it is. Exactly. I can't really be blamed for that because we know the risk we're taking in that. You know what I mean? It's like not my fault for that. You know what I mean? That's not a fault of my own. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So yeah, they take. Yeah. So you understand that. You know what I mean? And then you don't want to push nobody. You don't want to push nobody from you by doing certain things like that. You know, you want to keep them like, you take that, we took that loss, but let's get back at it. You know what I mean? You want to keep the morale, you know what I'm saying, going. Sure. You know what I'm saying?
Now, when you were doing it, did you think you'd do it forever, or did you?
Nah, I definitely didn't want to do it forever, especially when as years would go by, I definitely was like, nah, this is not something I want to do forever, because, you know, it gets more dangerous, you know, every day. Every day it gets more dangerous, you know what I'm saying? And every day you put your life on the line. And I knew I didn't want to do no time. And that's what comes out of that. You know, either you death or jail, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't really lean toward the death part too much, but the jail thing, I did know that was coming my way. Yeah. Okay.
Because it didn't seem like it was that much like drama in the streets, really.
Yeah, I mean, it was, but, you know, a lot of it wasn't with me because, you know, I was, you know, I was neutral with a lot of stuff. And I wasn't a person looking for drama. Most drama was people that was looking for drama, or, you know what I'm saying, wanted to cause drama, you know what I mean? But nah, not too much. I mean, I got in some situations that was serious, but, you know.
I mean, I imagine most of the drama was just from just too much horse playing on the block and not much people trying to take over the block.
Really not even taking over the block. Just, you know, egos. You know, you got like, you know what I'm saying, you on this block, you making money on this block. You might see another dude from another block and y'all egos clashed and whatever, and then that'll be the drama. You know, then it'd be like, okay, these guys are coming to the block trying to shoot up the block because what they got going on, what these other two dudes got going on, you know what I mean? That's what it'd be mostly, like people coming to each other's area trying to, you know, make sure you know, like, no, we ain't letting nothing go, we not letting nothing go, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. We're gonna war this out, you know what I mean? If it get to that, you know what I'm saying? And most times, if it did, you know, most times it did sometimes, you know? Especially if you're going out to nightclubs and clubs. Everybody want to be the big man, you know, the big man in the spot. Mm-hmm. And then once the egos start clashing, that will spill into the streets now. You know what I mean?
But what was the most violent incident, or how often did it get?
Well, the most violent incident as far as like leading to a war, or the most violent incident while it was war?
Yeah, I suppose the most violent thing that actually occurred.
Well, the most violent thing that I seen beefing was a friend of mine's. He wasn't really a friend of mine. This guy I knew. He got his head blown off on a stoop early in the morning, right. Like around like 10, 11 o'clock in the morning. You know what I'm saying? He was beefing with some other guys. He was the older guys. He was beefing with these younger guys from around the same area, and he you know what I'm saying, he thought it was over, and they came through the backyard and came to the front while he was sitting there reading his newspaper. He had orange juice and a donut, and they clapped him. Gotcha. That was the most violent thing I've seen. Yeah.
And you discovered him there. It wasn't like
we did. We was around a corner when it happened. Then we heard the shots, ran because we thought they were shooting at us. Okay. So we ran, took cover, then came back and came around the corner, and then we seen him. Yeah.
Now, what was the drug you were selling?
Oh, I was selling crack cocaine, and I was selling heroin.
Okay.
Yeah.
A big difference in the clientele?
Yeah, definitely. Heroin is a morning drug, I would say. Morning drug and sometimes an after work drug, but most times mornings. So if you want to really make money with heroin, you have to get out. You have to come out very early in the morning, okay. At least by 5 a.m., 4:30 a.m., 5 a.m. and be out there, because that's when most customers are coming because they want to cop and go about their day. You know what I'm saying? And most times they come and they copping heavy because they want to need it through the day. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that was the most.
I mean, some of them were just almost like just regular working.
Yeah, that's what it was. Regular working people. Most people. Yeah, most people doing heroin was regular working people. You know what I mean?
And they wouldn't even blow up the spot so much because they didn't necessarily look like drug addicts.
No, not at all. That's right. Yeah, that's all. So they would come out early, get it, and they'd be on it. You won't see them for the rest of the day sometimes. You know what I mean? But crack cocaine was all day action. You know what I'm saying? and it's more. It puts you out there because once a crackhead or a crack fiend don't care about what's going on, they're just trying to get their drug, and that would make things more hot and more problematic. I would say, you know what I mean? Okay. Yeah.
Which one had made more money?
Well, heroin can make you great money, especially if you have good heroin. If you have good heroin, you'll get a flow of people coming throughout the day. You know what I'm saying? For it. You know what I'm saying? That's how and heroin is a word of mouth. Once other people start hearing like, yo, you have this, or that guy down, he got the the flow will come. And say me, if I have heroin, you have heroin, but my heroin is better, you will not see money if it ain't as good as mine. You will not see money. You will have a hard time making money if I have the best heroin. But with crack, anybody will come to either of us. It don't matter if you got it good and I got it bad. They're going to come to because they just want it. They don't come. They don't really care about the quality. Some have, but most of them don't. And most of them don't know until afterwards. You know what I'm saying? But with heroin is word of mouth. They're going to tell you like, yes, Cory has the best right now. Go see him.
With the heroin, it's just more of a reputation word.
Yes.
It's not like that with crack.
No, it's not like that with crack. No, crack is just, it's a cheap high. So, they just going for it. And it doesn't last long. Right. So they just back and forth.
It's not as problematic if you buy bad crack because it was only $5. If you buy
yes.
bad heroin,
Yes.
Okay.
You have it. That's it.
How profitable was the business? I mean, how much money were you making? And was it, what kind of lifestyle did it give you?
I mean, back then I was making some good money. You know what I'm saying? Like if I come out on per se like a Monday, it's a good Monday, because I mean, things slow up. Everything comes, it's like anything. It'll be a good day, then it'll be a slow day. But I say average, I do it weekly. Like an average week, I could pull in about between 2,000, 2,500 for that week. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Sometimes more, depending on how it go. Depending on how it go and how the product is. If I have some great heroin, I could pull in some good money. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Depending on the stock for that week.
Yeah.
And how many hours did you have to work to make a decent wage? Did it have to be? Once you enter the game, you want to be there all day. It's not even like you putting in hours. You might be there, 12, 13, 14 hours. You might be there that time, but you're not looking at it like that because it's like a part of your life now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you going to home, like you're home. So it's like you being home all day. You know what I'm saying? You're hanging out.
Yes, hanging out, making money, women coming through, right. Other cool friends coming through just to be there. You know what I mean? Right. So you didn't have to really go nowhere or be nowhere. So you would sometimes want to go home just to change your clothes and get right back to the block.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Gotcha. It was like a clubhouse.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. Okay. Something like that, yes.
So what was the thing that made you stop?
Just started getting into cases, you know what I'm saying? Too many cases starting to pile up. And I know jail time is going to come with a lot of them cases. A lot of cases wasn't even big things, but after a while, them little small things become a big thing. You know what I'm saying? So that was just starting to pile up. And then I didn't have no love for it. I didn't have love for it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people loved it. I didn't love it. I was just there just to get as much as I can and then try to get out. You know what I'm saying? But it's addictive though. It's very addictive. You know what I mean? Because even when
it's probably a lot like stripping, right?
Yes. Because you're making money fast. At the same time, it doesn't make you feel good though. It doesn't make you feel good that you're making money.
There was a component of
Especially when you got people that are looking at you differently. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't being a drug dealer wasn't something that people took like, oh, you're doing good things. You're the man. Nah, a lot of people look down upon the drug dealers or people that selling drugs. Right. So just that feeling and just the feeling of you got to watch your back and you know what I'm saying. You got to always be on point. You don't really want to live life like that. It's not enjoy. You don't enjoy it like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Were you able to save, or did you really not?
Nah, you don't. You save. But it all goes back. It all goes back to the game. That's how the game goes. Okay. Everything is a circle. Everything goes back. You save some way, somehow. You're gonna spend that money to get you out of whatever situation you in. You know what I mean?
Understood.
Yeah.
How many?
Because it's a negative tone to it. So it's the karma coming from it. You
absolutely.
Yeah, the karma's coming back. It keeps coming back. So you make good money. You get locked up, you got to bail yourself out, you got to do this, you got to do that. You know what I'm saying? Pay for the lawyer. Or even little stuff like family member or something or might need this help or that help. And it's never, you can never save really.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Especially if you got big drugs, maybe you could, but not at the level I was at. No, I wasn't saving too much.
So how many years total did you do it?
I say about 5, 6, 7 years, something like that. Something like 7 years maybe.
And
Yeah, not too long.
Longest stretch you ever did in jail for?
6 months. Yeah, it was a year, but I did 6 months out the year.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how was it when you took your first job after all that? I mean,
it was adjustment. You know what I mean? You gotta adjust to a whole different type of people and responsibilities and everything. You know what I'm saying? It's just it's like a culture shock. You know what I mean? Or coming from there to a workplace, yeah. It's hard to adapt to that. Some people can't. You know what I mean?
You never had a longing for it once you left? You never looked back? What did you ever go back for?
Yeah, I mean, I went back, but not as heavy as I was. I went back to sell marijuana and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But nothing like hardcore like that again. No, I didn't go back to that. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I knew what it was.
How is it when you see like fiends in the neighborhood that now you don't do it anymore? I don't know. I imagine you see some every once in a while.
Yeah, I do. I definitely do. I mean, it ain't no real.
It ain't nothing. Did you speak to him?
Yeah. Some I do. Some I do. Or some, you know what I'm saying? I don't even think they probably remember me.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? But some that do remember me. Now we speak. Some of them are still strung out on it or switched over to something heavier. Okay. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, some I really haven't met too many that's changed their lifestyle.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
So you never like an awkward, embarrassed moment? Like,
No. Where they change lifestyle, you see them and they like, oh, you know what I mean? Nah. I haven't ran into that yet. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I know you rap. Have you ever really rapped about this?
Yeah, definitely. That's what most of my raps are pertaining to, that life. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And the change also, the change that came with it. You know what I mean? Or when I did leave it alone, like when I was doing it to the point where I was leaving it alone and what I'm into now. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that.
You think you're done paying back karma?
I don't know. Maybe I hope I am. I definitely hope I am, but I don't know. That's I can't say. I don't know. I don't think I hurt that many people to have a life worth of karma that's coming back to me. But hey, that's not on me. That's up to the man above. Right.
So did your family know the whole time that you were doing it?
Nah, they didn't know. In the beginning, they didn't really know. But I mean, after a while, yeah, everybody started catching on when they started seeing how I was dressing, how I was becoming. You know what I mean? Right.
So is there a song maybe that you could sing that maybe really deals with the game and your history? When you were doing it.
Yeah, I got a song called Hustle that kind of like it's towards that, you know what I'm saying, what that lifestyle was, you know what I mean? Yeah, I have a song called Hustle.
Is that something you can recite or?
If I can remember it, let me see if I can remember a little bit of bars from it. It goes, let me see. Shopping bags, pop tags, got the haters mad. They rock rag, dressed in drag, bragging like a swag, blowing G5, go live, stunting on the gram. We never post guns or commit crimes on cam. Tell my man no pillow talking, never tell the plan. She don't need to hear shit when increase her lifespan. No circumstance to advance, does not take a chance to expand the many ways of getting paid. But they rather invade my space, ride my wave, take my credit, so debit the only way they pay. I got bank, bet it, no aspects of begging. Chop cheddar and back of bodegas, holding Berettas. The mafia contract killer, rocking designer. Fendi monster, the Gucci shooter, shooting imposters. The rock stars that move like mobsters. The mafia, check the roster. Who no stopping us? They watching us.
Yeah, that was hard. Good looking, bro.
You got it, bro.
Thanks for coming through, man.
Anytime.
Peace, man.
Peace.
Yeah. Hey, you know the fucking vibes, nigga. Every day we hustle. King Cory. Talk to these motherfuckers. Double M.
8 to 4, 9 to 5, pick a time. We hustle. Stay on the grind, no time to recline. We hustle. Chase the bag, count the cash, stack and stash. We hustle. Checks for large amounts get sent to the account. We hustle. 8 to 4, 9 to 5, pick a time. We hustle. Stay on the grind, no time to recline. We hustle. Chase the bag, count the cash, stack and stash. We hustle. Checks for large amounts get sent to the account. We hustle. True untold stories. I count my blessings. I hustled in that drug war and I wore a weapon. I had that corner store essence, serving every second. No debating my message or guessing. I'm a felon, I got locked, I wasn't telling. No funny style confessions, no answer for your questions. Give a fuck about that yelling. It get rough, that back tuck to make bail. Cause bad luck will show up when you up, it never fails. I heard tales on niggas who told, sold they soul to get back to their household, but can't leave to take a stroll. They on that ass pause. You fucking with dogs that don't bark, with that bite that make you run like a horse and break north. Shots go off, of course it's the south side. So take a detour and stay on the outside. We outside the slogan, no cloud chasing the trolling. The one chosen, rockin' jury that's frozen. 8 to 4, 9 to 5, pick a time. We hustle, stay on the grind, no time to recline. We hustle, chase the bag, count the cash, stack and stash. We hustle, checks for large amounts get sent to the account. We hustle, 8 to 4, 9 to 5, pick a time. We hustle, stay on the grind, no time to recline. We hustle, chase the bag, count the cash, stack and stash. We hustle, checks for large